Poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you're too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touch down. Touchdown.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Vikings and the Lions, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as a quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to make. Size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They're going to look to throw. And a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one, and to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
ground. It's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Lions come into this one still undefeated this deep in the year despite the 1 tie. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it. It worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal. So it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Swift. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to the first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. It outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. some confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota.
Let's go now.
And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And caught by Tremble. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Matt Ariza now on to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Okay, ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's Trimble, the tight end. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 5. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On the ready?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of 1st at the 32. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be taken at the 10. A great return there of 22 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Shoves him aside. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second and 3. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
That's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready?
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll set up to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On third down, they're going to run for it here.
And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
It's 4th down.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They'll look to throw. Got his open man, it's Carr. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there for Minnesota. 58 yards.
Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back.
Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Vikings 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime.
I'm the best, I'm the best,